Hi, welcome back.
Fake news.
Fox News Tonight. And NBC delivering a potentially devastating and explosive report saying that Secretary of State Rex Tillerson with the Trump administration was on the verge of resigning during the summer in July and even referred to the president as, quote, a moron making his comments on the Boy Scouts in which he is an executive board member. Secretary Tillerson was so upset by this at about 10:30 this morning Eastern Time, he called a press conference to clarify.
The Vice President has never had to persuade me to remain as Secretary of State because I have never considered leaving this post.
Can you address the main headline of this story that you called the President a moron? And if not, where do you think these reports are?
I'm not going to deal with petty stuff like that.
And because he didn't come out and say he never said it, people said, well, that means he did say he didn't want to go over it again. However, that's not the case. State Department spokesperson Heather Nauert later clarified that Secretary Tillerson never used the word moron, explaining that he doesn't use that kind of language and didn't feel compelled to further define it. President Trump also responded to the story on his visit to Las Vegas today.
Mr. President, any response to Rex Tillerson's comments about leaving?
Yeah, I'm very honored by his comments. It was fake news. It was a totally phony story. Thank you very much. It was made up. It was made up by NBC. They just made it up.
They made it up.
Thank you. Total confidence in Rex. I have total confidence.
And if you think about it, too, the press conference was very unique in that Rex Tillerson outlined for the president's foreign policy and philosophy and then talked about how putting America first translates to international diplomacy. And he also talked about his relationship with Secretary of Defense Mattis, which is really as good as anything you'll ever have between those two departments. Joining us right now for some instant analysis and to cut through it all, in Palm City, Florida, is Dan Bongino, former Secret Service agent and NYPD officer, and host of the Renegade Republican podcast. He's also got a great book out. And in Washington, David Goodfriend is with us, a Democratic strategist and former aide in the Bill Clinton administration. Dan, NBC did not apologize. They said they still stand by their story. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you know what that sound in the background is, Brian? It's NBC flushing its remaining credibility down the collective national toilet bowl. I mean, the media has become a joke. This is nothing but tabloid journalism in the era of Donald Trump. You know, I almost had to take notes for this segment about how many fake news stories the media has put out there. We had BuzzFeed with the dossier. We had the Russian collusion narrative. No one's yet to produce any evidence of magically. We had the Trump wiretap story where the New York Times had to refute its own story. I mean, 90% of Republicans don't trust the media because they haven't earned our trust. They become a complete joke.
Hey, David, I don't think it's that big of a deal